Hey guys, it's Jack CXC, and today I'm going to be talking about the fragrances that I wore for the week of 8/3. If you like content like this, please consider subscribing. I try and do weekly wears videos like this once a week, and I plan on putting out a lot more content in the future. That being said, let's get into the video. So for these fragrance rotations, I like to have some sort of theme, and the theme for this week is going to be juicy, fruity, tropical fragrances. On Sunday, I wore Ophidian Mango Bliss. So this is a video that I did a little short on. It's a clone of God of Fire, and this fragrance, especially for the price you can pick it up for, around like 35 bucks or so, it's really nice. It's a mango fragrance, of course, but it's a sort of a mango juice. If you were to take a mango juice, turn it into a fragrance, this is what you would get. You know, it's bright, juicy, fruity. You know, it's really appealing. It's really easy to wear. You can wear it casually. You can wear it to vacation. You could even wear it to a date night, so long as it was like tropical beach type of vacation. If you have the means, definitely give this one a shot. On Sunday, Ophidian Mango Bliss. On Monday, I wore Mango Rock from Monolith. So this fragrance for me, it reminds me of Trident Tropical Gum. I'll put a picture of it right here. But this fragrance for me, it's incredibly bright, juicy, fruity. You know, it's got that tropical feel to it, with a little bit of this alcoholic tinge, not alcoholic in rubbing alcohol way, but almost like a gin or vodka or something sharp like that remind me even more of that gum. But this stuff, you know, it's bright, juicy, really enjoyable. It's similar to Ophidian Mango Bliss, like you wear in the same situations, but this one wears a lot lighter. It's less overpowering, less sweet, but still a phenomenal fragrance from a house that doesn't seem to get a lot of love. On Monday, Mango Rock from Monolith. So on Tuesday, I wore San Diego from City Rhythm. So this fragrance, for me, I get a sort of sweet, sugary, salty aquatic. It's meant to represent the city of San Diego, and you know, just with beaches, with sort of palm trees, and that's exactly the type of feeling that I get from this one. You know, it does have that salt. It has a little bit of sweetness that inspires almost like a fruity drink, some kind of juicy smoothie in addition to that sort of sharp, salty woods. This fragrance is really powerful for the type of fragrance that it is, and it's one that it's not my favorite in my collection, but it's still a really nice one if you're looking for something that's very unique and really versatile as well. It's an aquatic that stands out from all the shower jelly, fresh salty aquatics, because that sweetness from the fruits in it gives it a little bit of a different touch. That being said, on Tuesday, City Rhythm, San Diego. On Wednesday, I wore Nut from Ujat. You know, this fragrance, it's very pleasant. You know, it's soft, it's smooth. It got a really interesting note breakdown with notes like coconut, mango, and rice. It's got the fruitiness from the mango, but it's also got this really powerful floral feeling to it that almost give it like a tropical lotion type of feel. It's very milky as well. That sort of help contribute to the smoothness in it, and I've never really smelled anything like this before. So it's very unique. Getting it shipped from Egypt does take quite some time, but that being said, you know, it's still definitely worth a shot if you can get one of these fragrances. But yeah, it's smooth, it's sweet, it's light, it's floral, it's easy to wear, and smells of really high quality. Performance on this is pretty good too. On Wednesday, Nut from Ujat. On Thursday, I wore Coach Blue from the House of Coach. So I put this one in one of my recent videos where I talked about some fragrances that are really good for the summer, but not a lot of people talk about them. And this one, there was about a week where I did some dog sitting, and the entire time I just wore this stuff. It's very sharp. It smells like a gin and tonic. You know, it's got that really sort of sharp, spicy, but a little bit of citrus in there as well. And it's incredibly versatile. It's got a little bit of soapiness to it too. So taking those things that I said in mind, you can probably imagine how this smells. It's definitely a sleeper fragrance that not a lot of people talk about, but this stuff to me is still one of the better citrus fragrances out there, especially from designers that you can get, especially for the prices that you can find coat stuff for online. No, not as cheap as they used to be, but still pretty affordable when it comes to fragrances. That being said, on Thursday, Coach Blue from the House of Coach. On Friday, I wore Unharden and Mediterranean from the House of Hermes. So I gassed up Unharden sur le Nil from same line, same house, and this stuff is on par with the quality and on par with the naturalness of the ingredients. This one is a lot more fruity. It features a note of fig, so it's got that sort of syrupy, fruity type of scent profile to it. And as this stuff dries down, the woods come out. It smells a lot more spicy. Get a lot of cinnamon from this actually. It's been a while since I wore this, so I kind of forgot what the dry down is on this. This stuff, it starts out with that juicy fig in the top, and then it dries down to this really seductive, spicy, cinnamon, woody type of scent. It's definitely not one that gets a lot of love, but it really should be just because of how phenomenal the stuff is. It does lean a bit heavier than the other stuff that I talked about this week, but it's still really versatile and really likable. Unharden and Mediterranean from the House of Hermes. The last fragrance on this list for Saturday, I wore Anna Abiet Coral from the House of Latafa. So this stuff is a clone of Wave Child from room 1015, and I bought this for around 20 bucks, and for the price that you paid, this stuff is really great. It's a little bit floral. It does lean a little bit feminine. If you're not into sort of unisex leaning fragrances, maybe stay away from this one. It's really, really nice, especially for that low price. It's fruity. The smell is really kind of how the fragrance itself looks. Got that bright peach watermelon type of look to it. And if I had to describe this fragrance, that would be in a nutshell. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's mild. It's something that's gonna slap you across the face with performance, but it's still a really delicious scent. And I haven't smelled the original but this type of fragrance, if you really enjoy the scent of watermelon, or if you really like the taste of watermelon like I do, this one will probably be right up your alley. On Saturday, Anna Abiet Coral from the House of Latafa. That was my weekly rotation fragrances that I wore for the week of 8/3. That being said, if you do like this type of video, I'm gonna try and be posting one of these every week, and I want to start posting some other videos as well, not just the weekly rotations, but it's been pretty busy. It's my goal to talk about the fragrances I love so much. And if you want to join me on this journey, feel free to give the video a like, let me know what you wore in the comments below, and drop a sub. That being said, my name's JackCXC, Saltback Sense, and I hope you have a good day.